Welcome to Coily Crowns. I'm Ashante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom.
Thank you to all of our subscribers and those that are watching. If you have not subscribed yet, please.
What are you waiting on?
Please be sure to hit the little button down there at the bottom and subscribe to our channel and watch our previous videos. So we have a playlist of all our previous recaps of Married at First Sight. Go catch up with us. Talk to us in the comment section. We respond back. So join us on this little journey because it is something else. I mean, to be reality TV, I don't think it could be any more scripted than what it has been. It seemed like this is like some kind of like, I don't know, TV show that somebody wrote up like, how crazy can we make this? Let's add this. Let's do this. But it's reality, supposedly.
Ish.
Exactly. So let's see. Let's start with
who you got first. I have Haley and Jacob first.
I have Haley and Jacob first as well. So we open up with Haley at her house. And I was like, why is Haley at her house? You know, they're all in this apartment that they share with their husbands or significant others. So I was like, did Haley decide to leave? Or are we about to get a flashback or something? But she's there talking to her friends, and they did do a flashback to, I guess, the night before, and Jacob asked her if she found him physically attractive. And she said she didn't know yet. And that did not sit well with him.
Because he knows that's a BS answer. You know if you're physically attracted to someone or not. That doesn't mean it can't change, but the answer right now is no. So
yeah, I think she at that point just be straight up and be honest with him. Y'all already on thin ice with
right.
What happened in Vegas and everything. I think for him particular, he just wants, the direct answer. That's all he needs. No.
Yeah.
But it can change. I think
he's on the fast track, right? Because we do have a time limitation here. He wants to see on decision day, is this really going to work? Mm-hmm. And I think at this point, it's like 19 days or 18 days.
Sound about right.
So he's just like, we got like one more month or a little over a month of this. I want to see if you really digging me or you feeling me, because if not, what are we doing? Like, for real. And for him to actually ask that, I'm wondering how it is every day with her. It looked like they don't really be talking. They don't really be,
no kind of physical
in the city. Yeah. So he's probably like, what is this? And he'd be straight to the point, like, listen, what's the deal? And she was like, I just tell him you don't like him.
Yeah,
that's it.
Let's be honest. Now, I did think the friend, I think Lauren is her name. Like when we first saw her, we first got introduced to the first episode, I didn't care for her. But these last two episodes, I'm like, Lauren, you giving her the right information. Right. And I think she asked her the right question. Can you stay in this relationship if you're not going to be able to be attracted to him? Mm-hmm. You need to figure that out, and y'all need to decide if you're going to go forth with this or not. And like you said, let him know. He already know the answer. I don't feel like that's a question you really have to ask. But
I think he knows the answer, but he's also trying to gauge, is she willing to try? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're not physically attracted to me. And I think he's prepared for that answer because he probably already knows and feels it. But he's also trying to be like, are we wasting our time too? Right. Like, should we just cut this off? Or do you feel like something can change? Because if not, then let's just cut it off. We got other stuff to do. Yeah. So I think that's where he's trying to push her to either fully embrace the process or just completely back the way out. Just, you can't be in the middle with him. He's just like, let's do something.
And I felt so moving forward, she ended up going shopping and bought him some new clothes. And I thought, well, okay, I think that's she's trying. And I think it kind of goes back to the last conversation about, well, is it just he dressed badly because he wears all this 80s themed clothing or whatever? And I can see he seemed, at least to me, like he was receptive to it, because he was like, nobody's ever bought me clothes like this before. And it was decent clothes, you know. I think it fit him. Some of the outfits fit him. But then he quickly kind of pivot that situation right back
because it was ridiculous. You don't, let me tell you something. We can't have an argument last night. We don't talk about the argument, and then the next day you're gonna buy me a gift. We still need to talk about what happened. I don't even know what's going on. And it wasn't like a petty argument. This is like the root of their whole relationship. Do you like me or not? You buying me some clothes is not gonna have any other change to the original conversation. Like, let's talk about that. I don't have time for this. And plus, she bought him clothes. I have not seen him wear anything weird other than when they were on their honeymoon. I know he has a lot of weird stuff, but every time they've gone out, the same kind of clothes she bought him is the same kind of stuff that he wears. So I just thought that was strange too. I was just like, what are you doing? I haven't seen him like at all. And you know, this show is notorious for highlighting crap that people talk about, just like Virginia and her drinking. Every scene. So if he really dressed that bad, they would be zooming in on it. They would be like having her talk about it or mention it. I think it's not that bad. And I know the honeymoon kind of pushed her over the top, but that's when you're having fun. You're not
you're on vacation. You're gonna probably wear a little something that you wouldn't normally wear at home or something.
Right. So I was just like, girl, I would have just been looking at that thing like, girl, I wouldn't even open it. He was nice enough to open it. I would be and try everything on before the conversation. I'd be like, listen, let's just talk about this. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm happy now. We can try these clothes on. Mm-hmm. No.
Okay. So yeah, actually that was one of my questions. Was this the same night that they no, what did I write? Same night of fight, the questions received. Oh, when they got the questions from the experts and they had to start discussing that, I was asking, is that the same night that they? No, it's a different night. Not trying on the clothes, but I guess they had that little. No.
What? They had what? The fight? The first fight?
Not the. I don't think no. This was the fight about Paige. No. So okay, so I'm talking about.
That's what I was like. We didn't talk about that.
Okay, I'm getting my time confused then. So yeah, so on the second, another night, she went out with Paige, I guess, and they came home late, and he was upset because of what? So let me tell y'all, I didn't really get to watch this show until like today in between working. So I don't really remember every single thing that was happening. So Laura gonna have to fill us in.
It's okay, girl.
Well, I didn't get. So that's why
basically she stayed out. Yeah, she just stayed out at night, and he felt like you should have told me that you were going to stay out that late. And he texted her as a joke, like, hey, whenever you're coming home. And she didn't respond to that. And she was like, well, you should have just told me directly. So, okay. I don't know. And they're still trying to figure each other out with that situation. And then the next day they had the questions about love, and they were still kind of not fully back together or trying at that point.
Got it. Okay. I just knew it was like two things. I just didn't know the timeline, what was happening. Okay, well, that's really all I have then regarding those two. I'm still sticking to they're not gonna make it. So we can move on unless you have something else.
She don't like him.
Point blank period.
She don't like him. Yeah, she's not willing to try. Like, she can't get past maybe day 1 or day 2, whatever day that it kind of all fell apart for her. It's hard for her to push past that. So, I mean, I guess later on they had that lunch or whatever. And it seemed like they have really good conversation. It's just, I can't tell if she's just like, and then like, kind of like one of those first date things, you go out on a first date and you're just like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm never going to call this man back again.
You had a couple of those before?
A couple, few, 100. But yeah, it's just like, oh, okay. You know, like real nice, but not like, I don't know. I just don't see the excitement for her to want to do something. It just looks like she's there.
She's going to suffer through to week 8
yes.
and give her no and then move on.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's all. I think I had that until the whole pool party thing, but that's all I have for just them.
Okay. So who's next on your list?
I have Clara and Ryan. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Is it, I don't know. Anywho, so they went to this place called All Fired Up. This is one of the places that was on my bucket list when I lived in Atlanta to make pottery. I actually went to another place, so I was just like, yeah. But I thought that was cute, just an outing, do something physical, something that she likes to do apparently, and he's rolling with it.
Oh, the craft.
The crafts. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I guess they had a conversation. I don't even know what they be talking about, because he was like, oh, you could keep your stuff in the garage. And she's like, oh, garage? What? You want to put my stuff outside? Yes. Nobody want to look at all this crap all day. If this is your thing, that means you probably got a whole bunch of this foolishness. Nobody don't want to see this. Get out. And you know, it's Ryan's house that they would be moving into. So he was just like, not in here.
Everything else is outside.
Already got to have your dog. So ain't nobody got time for this. So yeah, do you have anything for, I guess, that little outing?
I think this is the same outing that I have written down. They'll figure it out. I think it was about her job and when she would be flying versus when she'll be home, and everything was, we'll figure it out. And it's like, at some point you're gonna have to figure it out. So like now would probably be a good time to start that discussion. But that's the only thing I have. I mean, literally, that's the only thing I have written down for them.
For both of them?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I kind of had to stop taking notes. I was just trying to watch just to have something to add.
Yeah, I do have that. She flies out every week, but I mean, he knew that that's her job, you know, so he was just like, interesting. I'll be alone most of the time, but I mean, I don't look like you really care about hanging out with her like that anyway, so you'll be fine. And I don't know where Ryan is at. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell the vibes there. Like, you feel like and I feel like I say this every week, but do you feel like he really likes her?
I am going to stick with my answer of yes. I think he likes her. I just think it's him moving really, really slow. Yeah, I will say the conversation they had when they were eating the donuts and he was like, your motivation and all of this. And she was like, I feel like I went to some kind of like motivation seminar. I feel like part of that may have had him kind of like dial it back a little bit. She
annoys me so much. She wants everybody to cater to her, and she don't realize just listening to him is catering to him. Now, this man went to your little pottery foolishness. He don't want to do that. He's taking care of your dog. He definitely don't want to do that, or he would have had a dog already. He's taking you out to a donut dinner.
Because you like donuts, and he knows.
Do you see how many donuts was there?
I did. And you know, he a workout person, so he probably like, shoot, counting the calories, like, man, I got to go work out for another hour and a half to burn all these calories off. But I'm doing it for you because you like donuts.
Right. And then she's like, oh yeah, I ate all this cookie dough earlier today. He was just like,
what?
You ate all the cookie and then you eating So where are your vegetables? She's like, yeah, I don't do vegetables. So he's trying. He done gave you 15,000 donuts and you ate, look like almost every one of them while he was trying to open up and share something with you. And you were like, I just feel like, And earlier she said, I want to know that somebody's listening to me. That means you got to do the same
Listen
thing,
to
man. Hello.
goes both ways.
How I was just so confused. Like he done did all this and you just like, I don't want to hear this today. I don't know what you're talking about right now, but I'm gonna eat these donuts and cookie dough. What the heck?
Dough.
Oh my god! I guess I'm not a sweets person, so I was just looking at her eating every last one of them donuts. I was just like, oh, another bite. Another bite.
I like donuts, but yeah, like maybe 2 at the most. I don't like jelly donuts, so anything with the jelly inside.
Really?
Mm-mm.
So weird. I was so what is
I
that?
would eat around that, yeah.
Really?
Anything in the middle, the cream, all that, yeah, no.
You know my favorite donut spot. Only Krispy Kreme donut that I would eat would be in DuPont Circle. You said it's gone now? In Washington,
No, I think it's still there.
Oh, okay. Child, with that hot sun, I was like, can I just get one donut? And I would take about 2 bites and be like, how do people eat this?
And that's a long walk to get the DuPont Circle.
Don't care.
Like
I would go all the way over to DuPont Circle from the Hilton to go get me one hot Krispy Kreme donut just to only eat 2 or 3 bites of it. I don't know why. Anywho.
Shame. Girl, you gotta eat. Love Krispy Kreme.
Oh, really? I mean, you know what? In high school, they used to have Krispy Kreme donut sales, and I would eat Krispy Kreme in high school, but it's just something I just can't. It's too much.
It's too sweet for you. It's
yes.
Like the glaze.
Yes.
Oh, all of it. Oh. Yeah, no, I like Krispy Kreme. I'm not there like every day, every week or anything.
No, but
they built one not far from my house. So every now and then, if like I'm going to work, I might go stop and get me a donut or 2, something like that. But
the last time I had a Krispy Kreme donut was when we went to Toronto.
Oh,
and I think we were hungry or something. I don't know. We were just looking for something. Well, actually,
I'm not gonna say what. I was going to say, I remember. Oh, yeah. And we was walking around that little neighborhood. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we were sightseeing. Anywho.
Oh.
Next
is Virginia and Eric.
Yeah, I have that they went to the driving range. They both sucked and it was cute. At least they were having fun.
Yeah, so. I was like, I'm only laughing because that was me. I went to the driving range not too long ago, and boy, when I tell you,
it was that bad.
Child, I never really did any like mini golf or any of those things. So yeah, only golf I played is on my Wii. That's about it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cute. I just still feel like, well, okay. At the beginning of this one, they were at the driving range. I was like, why won't she speak up how she feels with him? He's saying this and that and that. And she's like, well, you didn't do this. You didn't communicate with me when you were gone. You were all big on communication. He's like, yeah, but that's just my job. That's just, that's just how my life is.
I did write that down. I'm like, so you gonna require her to call you every 2 hours, but you only gonna send a text once a day or something?
Yep.
I mean, I understand, yes, your job, you're gonna be flying, you're gonna be in the air, but how long?
But it's the way how he says it. It's the way how he's just like, yep, that's just how it's going to be.
Yep, accept it.
But you want something different than how you're willing to output, regardless of your job or not. So why do you have to keep tabs on her when you're not somebody that can be kept tabs on? So just relax.
Yeah.
Daddy Eric.
Daddy Eric.
But she actually did end up speaking up a little bit later when they had their little conversation at the house. Mm-hmm. I was kind of confused. It seemed like it was going round and round and round, but basically she was just saying how she normally acts in relationships, that usually she runs if things are not going perfectly, or if it is going perfectly, that she's nervous that something bad is going to happen, so she retreats. And like she didn't have a good look on relationships based on her parents, and his parents were together forever, whatever. And he's like, well, that's scary to me. And she was just going on and on how, oh, you haven't been in love since your ex. I'm like, what does that matter? Okay. I was ready for that scene to be over.
Yeah, that one was a little longer than it needed to be.
And like I said earlier, they always catching her talking about a drink.
Right? Listen,
Always.
did they not catch her doing a DWI when she said that's how she went to play golf? She was driving the golf cart and drinking a beer. I'm like, oh. You just had to mention that, huh, and say that.
This girl, I don't know. I think she gonna watch this and be like, dang, they just got me. Every scene is just like, oh,
every
mimosas.
Is something about, oh. Yeah. She said, how do you like your mimosas? What's your ratio? She was like, champagne with a splash of orange juice. I just started
shaking. He's like 50-50 for me. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
so
I was about to say, they said 3 little words
yes
to each other this episode.
Yes.
And those words were,
where's my drink?
I'm sure that was said at some point too.
I was gonna say hold my beer, but she would be drinking it, so he's not gonna be. So, yeah, so they tell each other that they love each other after Eric cooks dinner, invites her over to his bachelor pad, and plays a ballad for her on his guitar. And who said it first? He said it first?
Yes, he said it first.
Okay, he said it first, and then she said it. I was just like, okay, moving on. I wasn't really feeling this one, but okay. That's all I have.
All righty. So we always save the drama-filled couple for last, so I guess we'll do that again. So,
well,
what?
Before we get to Vincent and Brianna, and I was about to call them Rihanna, just like these. Remember how they used to mash names together for slow? Mm-hmm. And Paige and Chris. Let's talk about this pool party at Jacob's house. Well, now that we can finally see the house, we see the little beach in the back and the pool and the sauna and the gym. And I swear there's still a bed down there right next to that sauna. I feel like that's where he sleep, in the cave.
I mean, it was just him. So I guess he feel like everything was right there where he needed. That was his little kingdom,
I guess. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cute. They kind of showed off, his hard work, and all the guys were kind of, going through it with everybody, and the girls everybody was there except for
initially, right, except for Paige and no, Paige came. So just Vincent and Chris. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So initially I was like, okay, it was only Eric and Virginia in addition to Jacob. And I was like, did they just invite them too? Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Nobody else is coming, but then everybody else came and showed up. So yeah, it looked like
that was cute
little get together.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to understand why Paige was scared of the dog. Did you see that?
I just heard her kept talking about his legs were so short or something like that.
Oh, like, why is he like that? Why is he like that? Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, okay.
I don't know, girl. I don't know.
And then she ended up telling them, the girls, that she met with Chris's baby's mama. And they were like, okay. But that scene wasn't very long. It was just like, yeah, that's what happened.
It wasn't. And she kind of much said that was it. They're done. Mm-hmm. They're done. So it's like, okay, good for you, girl. All that little hurrah kind of talk, and we're there to support you, do what's best for you, all of that. Mm-hmm. So And I was like, oh, good. They still have that bond, so they can still
Yeah.
continue to be friends outside of what was happening between just her and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, okay. Anything else from that then? The meeting at
No,
the house?
I just wanted to bring that up. So now we can go to Vincent and Brianna. You want to talk about them?
Yeah. So all this is gonna be off of memory. I don't have no notes. They were so cute. I like that Vincent was had took like a little sign, was gonna teach her Spanish. So have is it 3 or 4 words a day that she can learn. I'm like, that's so cute. And then he
It
bought
was.
her a bicicleta. How you say bicycle in Spanish? I'm trying to learn myself.
Bicicleta?
Yeah, that bicicleta. So he got her a bike, and it was so cute because when they had got at the reception, she mentioned she wanted to do more things outdoors and
Mm-hmm.
wanting a bike, and so he went and got one for her. And then when he was like, he ordered a basket so she could put cookie. I'm like,
I said it like while he was going through, I was like, oh man, he done pimped out this bike. Man, he's like, I pimped out your bike. I was like, yeah. I was like, all you needed was a little basket for cookies. Like, and the basket is coming. I was like, go ahead. I was like, go ahead. That was so cute.
it was so cute,
Something like that. Like you didn't just go pick up the bike. You actually put some thought into it.
right?
You set up the whole reveal really cute because you did the Spanish word so she would learn how to say it. And you had this whole story. I thought that was the whole thing was like cute and cute, man. Ugh.
It's so cute.
I wish I could just be celebrating, but I can't. Continue.
Well, so he did that for her. And one of the things that he mentioned to her was he wanted to learn to dance, or he liked to dance. So Brianna sets up a salsa lesson dance. And
But
I'm
did
thinking,
he say that? Did he say he wanted to learn how to dance or that he just likes to dance?
I saw what they did a flashback. He said that, but I told you I was kind of preoccupied. So.
I could have missed it, but it looked like he was not happy on the way to the dance class. So I was wondering if he just didn't want to go to a dance class.
Like he just enjoys dancing, but not necessarily I want to learn how to.
Yeah, because that's something totally different. If you go out and dance, you free and you do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Versus learning 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So that might not be his thing.
Right. So as Lori is indicating, once they got to the salsa class, Vincent wasn't feeling it at all. And it just looked like at first he was just having a hard time to get the count and stuff. And I feel like that may have been really at the heart of it. But just like we start seeing the last few weeks, that once he starts feeling embarrassed, he like shuts down and that's it. And so that's what started to happen here. He just couldn't get it. And he was like, he wasn't having a good time. He was like, what's the dance? The bachata that they
bachata is from Dominican Republic.
He was like, if it was that, he knows how to do that. He would have been more confident. But maybe that's what she should have led with. He knows that, but she doesn't. And then that's the way that they can learn. She can learn. But he can still have that confidence, that he knows how to already do it. But to be honest with you, I don't know. I feel like he still would have ended up in the same situation.
First of all, who are you to get that mad as if I did something to you
or didn't warrant when he, it didn't need to go that far.
Regardless of the type of dance moves, if you weren't feeling it, like, I don't think this is for me. I'm not really having fun.
I'm gonna go sit here. You finish your class.
Or just, can we not do anymore? I would rather you do that. And then it would have been like, well, I wish I was trying to do something nice, but if you weren't having fun, you weren't having fun. This man then had a whole internal temper tantrum because he don't do stuff on the outside. He just gets real, like, just quiet. And then you could just start seeing his little cheeks getting red. And I was wondering, like, was it because the instructor was like calling him out and maybe she was getting it and he wasn't getting it? I was just trying to figure out why he was getting so upset. Because it is a dance class. So we're not expecting you to know how to do this. So
Yeah,
I'm wondering if
he mentioned about, him being a perfectionist, and though he just has to get it going, get it right. And so being that he just could not get it and catch on, that really just affected, I guess, his self-esteem and his confidence. And then he just turned off from wanting to do that. But it's still, like you just said, you could just say, you know what, I'm not feeling this, or you know what, you having fun, you getting it, I'm gonna just go chill and watch you until the class over. But not like how he was sulking. Like he was looking like a Chris 2.0 to me at some point, because he was just sitting there straight faced and just, I'm like, Vincent, you gotta
out. And
talk
she's
to
like,
me.
what's wrong? He's like, are you upset? Or did you have fun or something? He's like, no. I was just like, oh, snap.
Right?
I was just like,
out the blue. No.
So
Talk to me. Like, tell me. You have to open your mouth. I'm used to that. So with my head. So anyway, but also on good news though, they said the 3 words
they
too.
did. But this was before this. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
But I mean, yeah, it was before the dance thing, but they still, it's not like that's gonna make them fall out.
I mean, that came out with the questions too, right? Where they were just asking each other about love and
it came out through the
stuff.
questions.
And he was just describing what would love mean, and I've already felt this way. But he's gonna have to get himself under wraps, because I think this was one of the characteristics that his friends or his family said about him on the wedding day, right? That he may, or the family meeting, that he may have some anger issues.
And how he just blows up.
I'm starting to see it. Yeah. Because this is light stuff. Imagine if something real happens. What is your attitude going to be like? Because if he's looking like he about to fight somebody because of a dance class, or because she said something when you spill champagne on yourself. I would be scared when a real situation go down. You just, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to handle that.
Right.
So I don't know. That's gonna be interesting.
Maybe she brings that up to him. Like, listen, I'm starting to see this little pattern, and if this is how you acting on this little stuff, I'm scared. Like, what am I gonna see when something real serious is gonna occur? We need to start working and talking about how you can work through and process that. Because maybe we need to bring in one of the experts, somebody to come talk to you about how to handle some things, because
they didn't talk to any experts since they've had a fight. Because that was before.
They didn't bring it up. I think when they had the expert, when Pastor Cal came, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they brought it up.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. That it's very strange to me that he would be so upset. I was just so shocked. Like, what happened? It was so sad. And this was like a surprise for you. You don't have to like everything. You know what I mean? But it's just the way how he handled the whole situation.
Right.
So
I think, again, minor bump, they'll get back on it, but these are signs that Brianna needs to be like, wait a minute, why? We need to start working on that. And then let me add, I don't know, Brianna was getting on my nerves on this episode. Her voice, how she goes so high, I was just like,
you sound like somebody else I know. He was just like, absolutely. If you talk like that every day, I'll be like, no.
That was just at first it was like, oh, it's a little cute because it just happens every now and then. But this episode seemed like it was the whole episode.
And she was in love. That's her love voice. Honey. Oh my God.
I'm starting to get a little irritating for me.
Yeah. Sounded like Noelle. Hi. Yeah. I guess. I don't have to hear it all the time.
Yeah, that's just me. All right. Moving on. I'm gonna let you start with this one.
So my first note is Paige is meeting with Pastor Dwight, and his hairline has returned.
Listen, I noticed it and I wrote it down. I said, I see the pastor hairline. I see what Lord was talking about, how it came. It's like almost in his eyes.
Why? He has a full head of hair. And you got hair everywhere. You got hair everywhere. You don't need to draw on the hairline. Especially when it looked like that.
Oh
like, my God. It was just saying hi the whole time. I couldn't even I was trying to pay attention.
No,
I was like this.
They did that on purpose. The camera was like right there on the side of his head, so you could see that. Nobody should have little eye, his little
forehead wrinkled, you could just see it. I was just like, no, Pastor. I need you to find him on Instagram and be like, sir, don't use this no more.
Oh, I'm gonna find him. I found him on Instagram. I'm gonna find him again though. I will.
Go ahead and tell him, because I don't be on Instagram. Tell him, Pastor, you don't need it.
I'm sure somebody
got hair. But okay, I'm sorry. That whole scene was so distracting to me, because I was just like, why? I was just analyzing. I was like, you don't even need it. Okay, sorry. So anywho, they meet together and he was just basically saying how disappointed he was in Chris, and reiterating that she's a diamond, and how he was engaged again before the last one. And she was like, what? Engaged? Yes. Basically, he just jumped from one to the other to the other. And he was just like, I just want to make sure you're okay, how you're doing, and making sure, that you protect yourself, basically. So I thought that was okay. I don't know if he just wants to be on TV too. I don't know. I mean,
I'm going to say part of it is exposure. Be on TV, you're going to look me up, you're going to find out about my church, you're going to come
and look at that hairline.
That's just added bonus. But I too was like, she meeting with Pastor Dwight. He called her. Really interesting.
I understand why she's doing that. She got to be on TV no matter what. So more episodes without Chris is good for me. I'll be with the pastor. I'm trying to understand why the pastor would do this. You could tell me everything you need to tell me on the phone. So whatever. I thought, okay, that was fine. No worries. I'm trying to think.
Oh, how did you feel about Paige saying she didn't really know if the girl was pregnant? She believed she may not.
Yeah, because I mean, it's confusing. First of all, the timelines don't make sense. Then, like she says, she hasn't seen any proof. He's acting like he hasn't seen any proof. There's just a lot of confusion because you can't trust nothing this man says. So you're trying to figure out all the different scenarios. And that is one of the scenarios, that maybe this girl's not even pregnant and she just want to mess with him or get him back or whatever. So she's probably just thinking about everything. Like, it could be this, it could be that, could be this, could be that, or that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting. And so I guess we could say a little spoiler alert that most people know now, that Chris and Mercedes, they actually lost the baby that was talked about during the production, because I don't know their situation now, but she ended up having a miscarriage a couple months after they found out.
Yeah, sometime late in the last fall.
Yeah, so he put up a long post on Instagram, or I don't know what it was, but he explained the whole timeline and what happened, and how he felt and how she felt. So of course, that's a horrible situation. I'm not going to make light of that situation. I feel bad because when you're pregnant, you're preparing for something, and then it's kind of like nothing to look forward to. So just wanted to bring that up because I'm sure a lot of people are talking about it because he released that information. But I don't think that has anything to do with what Paige was kind of like. I don't even know if she's pregnant, because at that time,
this was before that happened, right? So we do know she was pregnant for sure. And again, she had the miscarriage. Okay, so then moving ahead a little bit, ring, ring, ring. Who contacts Paige?
The
Why?
frog.
The fraud. Why? Why? And why did she answer? Why did she respond? I'm again, like, to me, last week, that whole little threesome, that should have been the end of it. I feel like she should not have to be obligated to answer or talk to him anymore while on this show. But I guess that just shows still where her head is, because
I can see her answering.
you can, why?
She likes him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's
him.
when you see where her head is, that she actually still is hopeful, I guess, maybe, and seeing.
Yeah, I don't know why she's hopeful. But I could see her answering the phone. I can see her still talking to him. I don't see her meeting with him with no clear
what they
reason
gonna talk
why.
about, though.
That's what I'm saying. But with no clear reason why. I could see him calling and be like, "Hey, how are you doing? You know, I kind of, just something like I left you in the lurch." Because most people, when they break up, they're still in communication. So I could see them still communicating. I don't know why I would get dressed up and go meet you on a rooftop bar to talk about what? What are we talking about? That this can't be a 2-minute conversation on the phone. No. That's what I'm saying. So the rest of the filming of this season would have been me on the phone answering, yes, okay, good for you. Okay, thank you for that update.
Bye.
But I'm not going nowhere with you. So that was where my confusion lies. Not that she answers him, not that she still texts him or whatever, but why? And there was no reason. I just want to come meet with you somewhere.
Well, he had a reason.
Well, he always got some ulterior motive.
His reason was he heard that Paige and the Pastor Dwight had connected, and he was mad about that. He was
real spunky.
Why would he contact you? And like, basically, that's my friend. He on my side, which I actually think those are the words he used. It's like, dude.
Yeah, he said that in a confessional, like, he's supposed to be on my team, and then I'm never going to talk to him again.
Yeah, basically. Which seems to be the case, because also in the blogs and stuff, and on Chris's IG page, he's basically said that he was through with being friends with the pastor, and some other things he said regarding their relationship. So that was real, and it still seemed to be going on even today. But
amazing how he could cut people off.
when it don't, for a while, when it doesn't benefit him.
He married you. He's not no random person. Okay, so interesting how that goes. But it's just amazing how the whole he gets there, he's like this.
Isn't he always?
He sits up and he's like, "Oh, I heard you met with such and such. That's interesting." And then she's like, "Yeah, he was concerned about me." And then he went like this. He was back down because he had something to say, because that's what he wanted to talk about. But then when she started to retreat and basically, like, what are we talking about? What do you
want? I was like, where this Paige been? Now Paige getting somebody, listen, what's going on? I don't like wasting your time. I don't want nobody wasting my time.
I wonder how long that scene was. Because if you're just sitting there drinking drinks and he's not saying nothing, you not saying nothing, you just like, she was probably just like pissed off, like, what the heck is what do you want? And he wasn't next to her to be like, shut up.
Whispering all in her ear.
He didn't get to say his whole diatribe outside of the camera. So he was probably like, dang, I want to talk to her, but I don't want it to be recorded. So she ended up getting up, and I was like, finally, take your behind home. What are you doing? First of all, get your behind out this apartment and go to your actual house. Why are you still living there? I don't understand.
But Mindy did the same thing on the DC season when her husband didn't move in, but she still stayed at the apartment the whole time.
Yes, but he was saying he needed time, and so she was keeping the door open.
True.
This man then asked you for a divorce. This man then went to a whole nother state when he was supposed to come back to you after the honeymoon. I'm not gonna be in no apartment.
Yeah.
Waiting on you.
That's different.
That's a whole different situation. Okay. So she gets up, talks to the producer, and she was just like, just tell him this is the end, blah, 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 blah. So
what? The producer got sense and had to tell her
because the producer's probably like, girl, we everybody trying to reach out for Paige, because even Pastor Cal was like, we're not even gonna try to save this. Just his own pastor saying no. The ex-baby mama's like, girl, he always got this. I want him. You don't see this. The producers are saying it. The girls are saying, everybody's saying, Paige, warning sign, stop, cliff ahead. Like what? So then she goes back, and this
is me with Paige right now.
So I'm like, I'm so conflicted, because it's like, I want to be there for Paige. I don't know this girl, but I just look her. She's another Black girl. I'm just like, come on, girl. I'm trying to be there for her and be like, I'm on Paige's side, because this dude is the worst. And then you gonna really sit up here after he got dressed up with his baby mama, the side piece, and came to meet with me to tell me nothing. He was silent, mute, other than saying he needed to go to church and he was hungry. And then you really want to be like, oh yeah, let's start over. Hi, my name is Paige. No, your name is dumb.
That's what I want to do, girl.
I was just like, no, like the whole, like, you know how you watching like I don't know if a scary movie or just something bad. You're just like, oh, no, don't do it. Don't open that door. No, duck. No, girl. That's how I watched that whole scene. I was just like,
I was like, no, Paige, no, Paige, Paige, no. Oh.
You were just
Paige.
My mouth was. Oh, I was just like, no, she did not. What? How?
Girl.
I just couldn't believe it. I don't even know what he said. It was just like, just a whole bunch of nothing.
It's like he don't have to say nothing.
Why?
He just mumble some words, put a couple sentences together, and it traps her right back into his little cave. I don't know. It's just, it don't take much at all from him for her.
Well, there was not even a question of, what about your baby mom that you're trying to start over with? What happened to her? So she turned you down, huh?
And that's why he's crawling back, because she said, I don't want you. So now he like, well, shoot, I gave up my wife for you. You don't want me. I guess I'll go back to her.
And she go back hunching this man, raw dogging this man.
Girl.
I don't want to say what I want to say. I'm just gonna reserve my comment right
put
there.
A little beep.
It was not gonna be nice, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. But I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I just felt like I don't know. That's how I feel. I don't know.
Paige.
And then we see the preview, because that was the end, right?
I didn't see the preview, so I don't know what's happening next.
So the preview, they have, I don't remember the whole preview, but for sure, they're meeting with one of the experts, Chris and Paige, and he's like, yeah, I just feel like I'm I'm not in this 100%.
Again? Because when the first time he said that.
He has never been 100% in this. Never. 0.
But you know how they be trolling with us with these previews and stuff. So it might be totally something different. We don't know. We'll see. But
okay. That's true. It is produced. It could be that he was saying before I was not 100%, now I am, or something. I don't know. So I was just like, I don't know. I want her to find, hopefully, I know the show is over. Hopefully she's in a great relationship with somebody different than Chris.
I was about to say, how you know she not with Chris still?
So I hope she's in a great relationship and she's happy, because this is a lot to go through on TV. Couldn't be me. I'll be too embarrassed to go through any of this. Even if I wanted to in my deepest heart, I'll just be like, these people on TV gonna think I'm crazy. So I'm not even gonna do it just because of that.
That right there would be enough for me too.
And where's her mama? Where's her brother?
Her friend, where are anybody? It's just like she's by herself all of a sudden. They have shown no kind of support for her.
0. No.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if it was me, I would have been on calls. You told you all this. I already know Lori would have been like, where he at? We rolling up on him? No. Come on, friend. No. Like, I know who got my back right there, along with some other ones. But that one right there, I would not be like, girl, you're not going to be on here embarrassing yourself or embarrassing me. Like, listen.
Ain't no way. I mean, her mama could have been at that meeting with the baby mama. Somebody
there to support you. Yes.
Somebody just to be like, are you okay? You don't know this person. You really don't know Chris either. So you got to have some kind of support on your side. Like, and you can't trust these producers. It's the same producers that didn't tell you that this girl was pregnant. They knew. So they're not your friends.
They there for good TV.
Right. So you need to have somebody with you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. Good question. And maybe they are there. They just conveniently don't show them, in the production when they put the TV. But if they were, I just feel like we would see a different side of her. We hear more from her, even mentioning like family and friends are like, leave him alone. Don't do it. Go.
They would have had something. Everybody else have met with their friends, basically. Everybody. I mean, maybe not Brianna, but we've seen Haley and her friends because she's dealing with the situation. So she's filming with her friends about what's happening.
Right.
So.
Only thing I can think of is maybe they're out of town, but the phone call, we see them sometimes on the phone and they'll, have them on speakerphone. And I don't know. It definitely seems weird to me that it seems like she doesn't have no one there to support her through this.
None.
It appears. All right. Well, we say the same thing every week. Every week. And it still occurs. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel, like and share, and go back and watch our other videos. We appreciate you. Yay. And before we leave, we want to remind you to do what?
Protect your throne. Paige, we talking to you.